Learn English through story. The Merchant's Choice. In the bustling city of Calder, where the streets were lined with traders and merchants from distant lands, there lived a wealthy merchant named Marcus. Known for his shrewd business acumen, Marcus had amassed a fortune over the years, dealing in spices, silks, and precious gems. His mansion, situated on a hill overlooking the city, was a symbol of his success and the envy of many. Despite his wealth, Marcus was not a happy man. His relentless pursuit of profit had left him isolated, with few friends and a strained relationship with his family. His wife, Helena, a kind-hearted woman, often urged him to spend more time with their 2 children and to share some of his wealth with those less fortunate. But Marcus, driven by ambition, always dismissed her pleas. One day, as Marcus was inspecting a shipment of rare spices at the port, a stranger approached him. The man was dressed in simple robes, his face weathered by years of travel. He introduced himself as Elias, a philosopher and wanderer who had journeyed through many lands. Merchant Marcus, Elias began, I have heard of your great wealth and success, but tell me, are you truly content with what you have amassed? Marcus, taken aback by the stranger's directness, responded, contentment comes from achieving one's goals. I have worked hard to build my empire, and I am proud of what I have accomplished. Elias smiled gently. Pride and wealth are fleeting, my friend. True contentment comes not from what we acquire, but from what we give. Tell me, when was the last time you did something for someone else without expecting anything in return? Marcus frowned, uncomfortable with the turn in the conversation. I have provided for my family and created jobs for many in this city. Is that not enough? Elias shook his head. Provision and charity are not the same. The question is not whether you have provided, but whether you have shared your blessings with those in need, without seeking to benefit from it. Intrigued but unconvinced, Marcus replied, and what would you have me do, philosopher? Give away my hard-earned wealth to strangers? Elias met his gaze with a serene expression. I propose a challenge, Marcus. For 1 year, give a portion of your wealth and time to those less fortunate, not as a merchant seeking profit, but as a man seeking to do good. At the end of the year, if you find that your life has not improved, I will leave you in peace. But if you do find a change, you must promise to continue living with this newfound purpose. Marcus, confident that his wealth was the key to his happiness, agreed to the challenge, seeing it as an opportunity to prove Elias wrong. He would give away a portion of his fortune, but he was certain it would make no difference to his contentment. The next day, Marcus began his experiment. He started small, donating money to the local orphanage and funding the construction of a new wing at the city's hospital. He also established a scholarship fund for poor children to attend school, something that his wife Helena had long suggested. At first, Marcus felt nothing but a sense of loss as he watched his wealth decrease. He continued his business as usual, expecting the feelings of dissatisfaction to disappear once he returned to his old ways. But something curious began to happen. As the weeks passed, Marcus started receiving letters from those he had helped. The orphanage sent a note of gratitude, along with drawings made by the children. The hospital staff invited him to the opening of the new wing, where they honored him for his generosity. The scholarship recipients, too, wrote to him, expressing their dreams and aspirations that were now within reach because of his support. Marcus, who had always prided himself on his ability to remain detached and objective, found himself moved by these expressions of gratitude. He attended the opening of the hospital wing, where he met the doctors, nurses, and patients whose lives had been directly impacted by his donation. For the first time in years, Marcus felt a warmth in his heart that had nothing to do with material wealth. Encouraged by this unexpected feeling, Marcus began to take a more active role in his charitable endeavors. He visited the orphanage and spent time with the children, reading to them and playing games. He met with the scholarship students, listening to their stories and offering guidance. He even began to host dinners at his mansion, inviting not only wealthy business associates but also those from less privileged backgrounds, fostering conversations that bridged the gap between social classes. As the year wore on, Marcus noticed a change within himself. The relentless pursuit of profit no longer consumed him. He found joy in the simple acts of kindness, in the connections he was building with people he once would have overlooked. His relationship with Helena and his children also improved. They spent more time together, and he began to appreciate the love and warmth of his family in ways he never had before. By the end of the year, Marcus was a different man. His wealth had decreased, but in its place, he had gained something far more valuably, a sense of purpose and fulfillment that no amount of money could buy. The once distant and cold merchant had become a beloved figure in the community, known for his generosity and compassion. True to his word, Elias returned to visit Marcus at the end of the year. The two men sat in the garden of Marcus's mansion, surrounded by blooming flowers and the laughter of children playing in the distance. "So, Marcus," Elias began, "has this year brought you the contentment you sought?" Marcus smiled, a deep sense of peace reflected in his eyes. "It has, Elias. I was wrong to believe that wealth alone could bring happiness. I have learned that true wealth lies in the relationships we build and the good we do for others. My life is richer now than it ever was before." Elias nodded, pleased with the transformation he saw. Contentment comes from understanding that we are all connected, and that by lifting others, we lift ourselves. You have discovered this truth, Marcus, and it has changed you for the better. Marcus agreed. "I will continue on this path, not because of our challenge, but because it has brought me a joy that I never knew I was missing." Elias rose to leave, but before he did, he placed a hand on Marcus's shoulder. "Remember, the greatest gifts we can give are not measured in gold, but in time, kindness, and love. These are the true treasures of life." With that, Elias departed, leaving Marcus to reflect on the journey he had taken. He no longer saw himself merely as a merchant but as a steward of the wealth he had been blessed with. He understood now that his fortune was not just for his own benefit, but a means to make the world a better place. In the years that followed, Marcus continued to prosper, but his success was no longer defined by the size of his fortune. Instead, it was measured by the lives he touched, the communities he uplifted, and the love he shared with his family and fellow citizens. He had become a man of true wealth, not because of what he owned, but because of what he gave. And so, the merchant who once believed that wealth was the key to happiness learned that the greatest riches are found in the generosity of spirit and the connections we make with others. The city of Calder flourished under his influence, becoming a place where the values of compassion, charity, and community were cherished above all else. Marcus's mansion, once a symbol of solitary success, became a gathering place for people from all walks of life, a testament to the power of giving and the enduring legacy of a man who discovered the true meaning of wealth. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.